All right, welcome back to Bayou Time, and what a fun time to talk about Night to Shine. Tim Tebow started this with the hopes of bringing attention and also some fun to the special needs community. Thibodeau Family Church is at it again. We're going to start with the precursors. I interviewed several people about the Night to Shine. On this segment, let's talk with Nell Lambury and also Rhonda Dempster about Night to Shine. So Nell, a whole different year, a whole different way of doing things. COVID has caused a lot of people to change the way we do things, but nonetheless, it's going to get done.
It is going to get done, and we're going to have fun doing it, and they're going to have fun receiving it.
Tell me, what's the process? What's some of the things you just came out of a meeting? What's some of the things y'all have discussed, and how's it going to be different?
Well, we're working on the bags, and we're going to make sure this year the bags are full. Now, they're going to have trouble lifting these bags when they get them. And we're going to go to them this year, since they can't come to us. We're going to put signs in their yard that says royalty lives here, and we're going to present them their bags. And I don't know what everybody else is going to do, but my group of ladies, we're going to dress up, and we're going to make sure that they know we were there.
Now, when you say dress up, what do you mean, like formal dresses, or what can we look forward to?
Oh no, not formal dresses, but it's going to be fun. We're going to decorate our shirts. We're going to have funny glasses, and we're going to have headpieces, and we're just going to let them know we've been to their house.
So now, why do you do this? What does this do for you when you're able to do events like this?
I have a niece who has special needs, and I watch the struggle that her mother has with her. And it's anytime we can let these kids have fun and let them be just as normal as the rest of the world is, we like to do it. And I have as much fun as they do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you see them light up, it's got to hit you in the heart, doesn't it?
The first year we were here, I had AJ. And AJ wore me out. He took me from one end of this building to the other all night long. He danced. We did karaoke. We rode in the limousine, and just to see how much fun he had. And then the next year when he came back and he recognized me, it was like, oh, AJ, and we hugged, and it was wonderful.
Yeah. Was it everything you thought it would be as the buildup was happening? I don't think anybody expected it would ever get that big. Now, COVID tried to put a clog in it, but it seems like everybody's getting over that hurdle, but it had to meet everyone's expectations.
That and more. We had the time of our lives in here. We knew it was going to be fun, but when all these kids came in and these adults came in and just let their hair down and had such a good time, it made us have a good time. And of course, Thibodeau Family Church always does things the right way anyway, so we knew it was going to be good.
Yeah. And the leadership, I was going to get to that from Thibodeau Family Church. They've been steadfast in what they want to do for the special needs community.
Always. They don't do anything halfway. It's going to be 100%. If it's got their name on it, you can believe it's going to be good.
So Rhonda, another year, and seems like everybody's excited about getting on the road and making a lot of people happy.
Absolutely. I think this is going to just make them appreciate it more, I think, the next time we all get together, because they can share what they did on these 2 years that we had to be quarantined. So I think it's going to be a good thing. This is an amazing group. I have done events for the last 25 years, and this is probably the most rewarding event I have ever been a part of. So,
yeah. When we talk about, like, the meeting just finished, and I don't think, like I was saying before, and I was talking with Nell, I don't think anybody knew how they would feel, how this would turn out. But from the onset, just the feeling that everybody received from doing this, I think the reward was more on the church side, seeing Absolutely. What it did for the special Absolutely. Needs community.
And again, I have been a part of plenty events, and so Dwayne and Kayla came to my office. I work for the mayor, and came to City Hall to talk to us about it when they were deciding whether or not we were going to do it. And I told Dwayne, I said, if you're going to do it, if you think you want to do it, it's going to happen. And it just blew up. It was fantastic. I can't say enough about this program and this event, because it's just a wonderful thing.
You know, normally when a crisis occurs like COVID and things get derailed on a national level, state level, down to the local level. People throw up their arms sometimes and go, well, it's over. It was good while it lasted. This event, everyone just went right through the barriers and made sure that it was going to continue in one way or another.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think the Tim Tebow Foundation makes it easy for us to be able to continue it. And I know the struggle that they're going through with this, but what the things that they have put in place to make this happen, it's going to continue, and it's going to be great. It's going to be bigger and better than it was before. So,
Rhonda, on a personal level, what does it do when you're able to see the expression of someone that you're giving them something that they didn't expect?
It's fabulous. My group was in charge of the food, and we have had so many people in the community that have donated food for this event, and for them to just come out and be able to sit with other people and, you know, sit down and have a nice, great meal, they just enjoy it. And then coming back in here and finishing it off is just phenomenal. I mean, it makes you cry. It really does make you cry. If you don't, then something's wrong.
All right, there you have it. We'll come back in the next segment. We'll talk with Rachel Bland and also Kayla Bland, so instrumental in the Night to Shine.
There are many strengths in our cancer center. I think one of the biggest is patients don't have to go elsewhere to get technology for their diagnosis and treatment of their cancer. Our treatment machine, the Linear Accelerator, allows us to pinpoint and treat cancers with more accuracy than ever was possible before. Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center provides leading-edge technology with the highest quality care and the best treatment options unique to each patient.
Over the years, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou has seen more than its fair share of challenges. We're no strangers to adversity, and we know what it's like to struggle. These are unprecedented times, and while people will say this time is like nothing they've ever seen, we've heard that before, and just like all the other times, we'll get through this. Remember the good times. Remember Lafourche.
All right, as promised, Night to Shine, different avenues this year, different ways, different methods, but all getting done. And we talked with Rachel Bland and Kayla Bland about Night to Shine. So Kayla, another year, you just had a meeting, getting things in order. Just sort of take me through the process and how y'all been able to adapt to the changes that you've been through.
Well, this year, honestly, we thought that we were going to be back in person. So we were kind of bummed, to be honest. We love our in-person. We love to crown them in person, the confetti and all the fun stuff, the food, the karaoke. So we kind of went through this little phase, and we were like, well, anything's better than nothing. So we were glad that the foundation did give us an opportunity to do the virtual celebration. And so starting it out is always not rough, but of course everyone wants to have it in person, so it's to get everybody excited to do a virtual event. And so it's just been a little process. We're doing things differently this year. We did a parade last year, and so that was kind of different. So this year we're doing deliveries, and we're actually going door to door, and we're hoping to bring that excitement for Friday's event.
Take me from the first meeting. I recall when y'all were playing the video and getting everybody pumped up. Did you ever think you would have to make so many adaptations along the way? And two, it seems like whatever y'all tried, whatever the obstacle was, you overcame it. So I'm sure they had a bigger purpose to this all, didn't they?
We kind of use it as an opportunity that, not that we had a year off, but it was a year that we could come up with more ideas and have your creative juices flowing for this year. And so, again, the big change was just to see what can we do different. We didn't want to do the parade again since it was successful to an extent, but it wasn't what we wanted it to be. And so the delivery, we're hoping that it turns out great.
I saw you at the meeting going through all your zip codes and your cities, and I was shocked at how far some of the places were that you were actually serving.
Oh yeah, so this year we have some from Metairie and Santima and LaPlace and Garyville, and of course Thibodaux and Houma. So that does make us excited. You know, we've kind of branched out of our local community into the bigger communities that we never thought that we were going to be able to touch. So we're hoping that whenever we do go back in person that we can get those individuals to actually come and experience what the actual event's like.
Now, I know this is a feel-good thing, but there's a lot of work that goes into this. Tell me about that.
One of the biggest things is sign-ups. When do we start them? When do we finish them? We don't want people to miss out. So sign-ups is hard, making sure they're of age, where are they located. And so when it's in person, there's a lot more. You come into food allergies and all that. And we do have a great core team here that we meet with throughout the year. And they are tremendous. Without them, we could definitely not do this. And so it's just to get the volunteers and all that. So this year with the volunteers and with COVID and all that, we've just decided to stick with our core group and not branch out. So hopefully next year we can branch back out into the community, and it's going to be probably the toughest things to get all the volunteers on board.
So Rachel, another year, different way of doing things, but all in all, it seems like everybody has adapted pretty well.
Yes, well, of course, we have no choice. We want this to be just as fulfilling as it has been in the past, but of course, because of circumstances, we can't do everything that we want to do, but we all know that everyone wants to be loved and cherished, and they want to feel that they are significant and important, and so we're going to try our best to make sure that they feel that, you know, through the virtual activities that we have to do.
I know at Thibodaux Family Church, when y'all first came to fruition, came on board, y'all had visions to do different things. This came about. It's really sort of changed the way you look at things, doesn't it?
Yes, it definitely makes me feel differently about the community as a whole, because you really start to realize that every single person, no matter who you are, you know, you're very important to the community and to God and to us. And they have a lot to offer, even though you may not think they do, they have a lot to offer.
Now I'm asked her mom, because Kayla's not going to toot her own horn, and when I asked her how much work goes into this, she sort of brushed over it, but there's a lot of work.
Yes, Kayla is amazing, and she is my tech baby, and she helps me do all the things that, of course, because I'm an older person and I'm a dinosaur, but she helps me to try to, she helps with all the tech stuff for this, because it's a lot of paperwork and a lot of organization, and she's very, very organized and good at what she does.
Yeah. What does this mean to you personally, to watch your husband, Pastor Bland, to watch your children get involved, to watch your friends get involved, and to see it all come together? It's got to be special for you.
Yes, it is very special, and I'm just so grateful that God has the family and all of our friends in the community that we work together, and it's just so special, and I'm so grateful, and I never take it for granted, because it takes a team to do this. It's not just our church, our family, our friends, the community leaders, and it takes a huge group to do this, and together, as long as we work in love and unity, anything can be done. All things are possible.
All right, there you have it from Rachel Bland and Kayla Bland. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, our own Joni Petrie at HTV. She's involved with Night to Shine in Thibodaux Family Church, and we'll talk with Joni.
It's Mardi Gras Madness at AJ Doman Chevrolet. This is your chance to save thousands on every used car in stock.
We are now taking orders for all business and fleet customers. Looking for a car or truck and can't find what you're looking for? Come see us. We have over 150 used cars in stock, and new cars arriving daily.
And don't forget, no credit, bad credit, foreclosure, we can help. We say yes when others say no.
AJ Doman Chevrolet at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Sunrise in the blue skies, birds flying through paradise. A little bit longer, another day stronger. Somebody smiling down on me with those warm days and cooler nights. Friends and family and candlelights. Feels like I've been running, but something better's coming. Don't wanna have to wait and see. This feels like home. Feels like home.
We continue to talk about Night to Shine, the Tim Tebow organization. He started Night to Shine to bring attention and fun to the special needs community. We've talked with a lot of people, and you'll see different segments on social media, Facebook, and YouTube on our coverage as they distribute goods to the special need community. Joni Petrie, who's so instrumental here at HTV, is also a part of Night to Shine. I caught up with her at Thibodeau Family Church. So, Joni, let's talk about the process and what you witnessed from the HTV side on this special event.
I think for me, it's just receiving the phone calls after the presentation video on the Night to Shine, just hearing the response from the community, how emotional it is, because for the most part, in our day-to-day lives, we don't get to meet up with these people. We don't get to do life with them. We barely see them. It's kind of like a hidden world. And whenever you see them on display and you see them get honored and crowned and you see the smiles and you see them get to dress up, it just makes you realize that they deserve that attention. They deserve to be honored. They're just as important. Their lives are of value, like Rachel said, to God, to us. And I just love seeing it on display. They deserve to be kings and queens, just like everybody would want to be.
Let's talk about the process. You've seen the adaptation over the years. They've had to jump through a lot of hurdles, haven't they?
Yeah, the event from being in person to virtual has changed significantly. It was nice for me, like my participation in the actual in-person event was to get to announce each individual's name as they went down the red carpet. Obviously, we don't get to do that virtually. So I'm just hoping that with the deliveries this year, that they do feel special. They'll get the sign in their yard. People are gonna dress up, make them feel special, and get to experience a smile on their face.
We're going to eventually get back to the red carpet. How fun was that to announce the names and watch them come down the red carpet?
It was very special to me. I went through a period in life where physically I wasn't able to speak, and just being able to be that person that had to use the voice to honor someone else was just a blessing to me, because we take things for granted every day, the ability to talk, to walk, to see, to hear, and a lot of the special needs community, sometimes they struggle physically with being able to do certain things. So for me, to honor them with my voice, knowing the difficulty that I went through, was just a blessing from God.
You've seen the changes. They don't miss a beat. They're trying to get back to the red carpet, but they come up with some pretty good ideas to keep it going.
Oh, especially Rachel. Rachel's always been a creative mind. She enjoys having fun. She doesn't mind putting on a grandma suit and acting like a mama from down the bayou. And so she's going to do whatever she has to do to make it fun and to put on a great display for this community.
And then you see Kayla. We've been knowing Kayla forever, and watching her just grow up and grow into this position is really heartwarming, because she's really taken the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, and Kayla's always been one. She doesn't mind putting in the work, but she doesn't want to be, the person that everybody sees, or she doesn't like being put on display. She kind of goes unseen. So for me, it was an inspiration to see Kayla just take the lead on this, to really do the research to find out about this event, and then just to go all out to make sure that it was successful.
And I think we all learned from watching Pastor Bland up here on that first night when he got up to talk. There's a big heart there. So sometimes you don't see it, and sometimes it really comes out, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was an emotional night for everyone, but I think just for him to see it come together in such an amazing way, it was just magnificent. I mean, like you couldn't help feel the emotion behind it and just not get choked up over it.
Mm-hmm. And your children were involved. That was good to see.
Yeah, it was so nice to see my girls just be able to accompany a date per se on that night, make that person feel special, dance, dress up, and just be a queen and a queen for the night.
And don't you think it sort of showed the younger generation that's coming up how to do it in the future?
Yeah, and I think that sometimes, like even growing up as young adults, going to school with these people, they kind of get ignored. I mean, if we're being honest, we don't interact with them. Sometimes it's just too fear to interact because we don't know how to speak to them or if they're going to be able to speak back. But I feel on that night, the faith arises and we kind of put down our guard and we just be ourselves, and then we realize that they're people just like we are and they deserve to be treated normally, and that's what they want. They don't want to be treated any differently.
What did you get out of it from the first time it came to fruition to now? What has it meant to you personally?
For me, it's just a blessing to be a part of it. I mean, just to get to do something for someone else. I mean, every day, a lot of times we get so caught up in thinking of ourselves, our needs, and our wants, that you forget that it's really, life's not about us. You know, God sacrificed his life for us, and we have to lay down our lives for other people. And that's where the true value, and that's where we can step up as people and be a light, be that shining person. Just like, Night to Shine. We get to shine. We get to make someone else feel special. It's not about us.
All right, there you have it from Joni Petrie and all the others who make Night to Shine a great success. Please check out all of our segments. They're on different segments, but they have disbursement segments where people deliver goods to the special needs community and a lot more. Thibodeau Family Church Pastor Dwayne Bland, his wife Rachel, Kayla, the entire family, making it happen for the special needs community.